Don't forget the doc. Several network participants recently called into Dr. Rick Wright's Old School Sundays radio show. Check this out.
It is time to hear from my in-resident musical genius, John Kellogg, Esquire, Associate Dean of the Berklee School of Music in Boston, Massachusetts. And John Kellogg is a graduate of Syracuse University. He's also the attorney for Levert and the OJs. And what else can I say, John Kellogg?
How you doing, Doc Wright?
Hey, John.
Yeah.
I just found some of my old cousins, man. I haven't seen in about 30 years, man.
Ooh.
Clarence Collins and Little Anthony and the Imperials,
oh,
man.
My goodness, man. You know, that's still one of the greatest performing acts. They had such great hits. I remember seeing them on a PBS special not too long ago. And you remember Sammy Strain was one of the original members, and he sang with the OJs for years.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, they're listening to the show right now in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm going to have them up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to, on the historical attitudinal hour, the life of Little Anthony and the Imperials and my cousin, Clarence Collins.
Oh, man, what a great, great group. If anybody has a chance to see them, you're talking about a fantastic show. You got to see them.
Well, I tell you what, they got a new album that's dynamite, man. A new
really?
CD, man. Yeah, it is super, man. I'm telling you, got to feel their old cuts that they've redone, like Two Kinds of People in the World and Hurt So Bad, man. But there's a couple of cuts on it, man, and I'm just absolutely ecstatic about it. We're going to get into it this afternoon. But right now in the world of music, John Kellogg, you are the real deal.
All right, Doc Wright, here's your biz report for the week. I've got news on Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Michael Jackson. That's right. MJ was recently sued by a man who claims he reneged on recording an album and writing his autobiography for him.
Oh, really?
That's right. Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa of Bahrain.
Sound like money to me, man.
That's right. The Sheikh Khalifa of Bahrain says he paid Michael millions of dollars for Michael to covering Michael's legal fees and moving him, his entourage, and his family to the country of Bahrain. You probably remember when Michael moved to Bahrain following being acquitted of charges of child molestation a few years ago.
Yes.
That's right. Well, after allegedly receiving the money, the Sheikh claims MJ reneged on his contract and failed to deliver the product. Now, Michael claims that the Sheikh just gave him the money as a gift and not as consideration for a contract. But in other Jackson news, Michael also denied Jermaine Jackson's statements that he and the other Jackson clan members are planning a reunion tour. Michael claims that he will not work with his siblings and is still pursuing only solo ventures.
Oh.
Now, that's right. But now, let's get real. It was also reported this week that Michael had to give up his deed to the Neverland Ranch in California when he lost his ownership to a company that owned his interest in the property. And with Janet Jackson's recent unsuccessful tour, I'm telling you, something's got to give. That's right. The two main breadwinners of the Jackson family, Michael and Janet, had better consider doing a reunion or something to try to put things back on track. I can see them being quite an attraction for a year-long residency like Celine Dion had out at a Vegas casino. And I feel that that's the only way that the family members can contribute to keeping a roof over their heads and keeping the lights on. I know you mentioned about Anthony and the Imperials and your cousin being out in Las Vegas. That would be a great place for Michael and his siblings to mount a show out in Vegas for possibly a year or longer, like Tony Braxton and Celine Dion have done. And that's it for this week, Doc Wright.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
I got a message for Michael, man, if he's listening to the radio show right now. And Janet, by the way, Janet was supposed to have done a show here in Syracuse.
Really?
At the Turning Stone Casino, man, but canceled, said she was sick or whatever. And I don't know, man, but I tell you what, Michael Jackson, the whole Jackson family, should become in-resident artists at Syracuse University, man, and spend a semester with us, man, and teach all about the music industry in the SI Newhouse School of Public Communications and also in our Music Industries program over at the College of Visual and Performing Arts, man, and do a couple of concerts in the world-famous Carrier Dome, man.
That sounds like a winner.
Money would be no problem. I'm telling you, he could do some big-time Syracuse basketball games, man. What a story that would be, wouldn't it?
I'm telling you, I think that would really work out. That sounds good.
Well, John, I love you so much. Thank you for being my in-resident musical expert, man, and you're the real deal, man.
All right, good talking with you. Talk to you in a couple of weeks. Peace.
Associate Dean John Kellogg checking in from Big Bad, Boston, Massachusetts, and the Berklee School of Music. To the Syracuse University Network. Oh, love you, baby. We are getting there. Technologically sophisticated in 2008 from Dr. Rick Wright, Power 106.9 Radio here in Syracuse for the whole world. Loving you, baby. Love you. Yeah. Bye-bye.
The network reminds you that you too may call into Dr. Rick Wright on Sundays between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check in with the doc at area code 315-428-1069. Don't forget the doc.